want none! You don't want none!
And now, your new defensive coordinator, Russ the Tar Heel. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming to this press conference real quick. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank the University of North Carolina. I want to thank Mack Brown and the entire staff that's still here for this opportunity to be the defensive coordinator at the University of North Carolina. I can think of no higher calling, if you will, as a North Carolinian myself. And I want the people of North Carolina, I want the University of North Carolina, the fans of this great brand, this great program to understand one thing. I am coming here to restore this defense to the same defense that we had back in the 90s, that type of defense. I want my guys to fly around. I want my guys to be passionate. I want my guys to hit people. That's what I want. There will be no excuses at all. We will fly around. We will be tough. We will be physical, and we will represent the state of North Carolina, the people of North Carolina, the University of North Carolina with absolute pride and passion, night in and night out. I can promise you that. The 11 men that I have on the field will be just that. They will be men. And we will help them become the men that they need to be so that they can dominate in every facet of the football game. I am extremely excited about the opportunity to help Mack Brown fulfill the very promise that he said that he would accomplish when he came back to UNC. We're going to compete for ACC championships. We will compete for college football playoff spots. That is the goal. That is the goal. Make no mistake about it. This is not a program that is going to be okay with 8, 9 wins. Like was said last year, 9 wins is not enough. All right? I have tremendous respect for Jay Bateman. I have tremendous respect for Gene Chizik as human beings, as people, as coaches. Okay? But Russ the Tar Heel's here now. All right? And there's a new standard. And the standard is excellence. So, without further ado, we'll open it up. And we'll take a couple of questions. So who's first? Yes, ma'am.
So what type of scheme do you plan to run?
We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be unrelenting. We're going to be unmerciful. We're not going to sit back. We're going to attack. And you will not be able to run the football against this team. I'm telling you right now, I don't care, ma'am, if I have to go zero coverage. We will make a concerted effort to not allow anyone to run the football against us. You can go ahead and forget about establishing the run. I'm just telling you that right now. So scheme aside, obviously we're not going to get into all the specifics, but scheme aside, one thing is for sure. You will not be able to consistently run the football against this football program. If I have to stack the box, I will stack the box. That's what we're going to do. Okay? If we're going to be great at one thing, at the University of North Carolina, it will be stopping the run. All right, so anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
What are your thoughts on Monachino and Warren remaining on staff?
I'm excited to work for Ted Monachino, and I'm excited to work with Charlton Warren. I'm excited to work with anybody who wants to restore this program to its glory days, its rightful spot in the college football world. I mean, hey, when we get together, we are going to formulate a scheme, we'll formulate a plan, and we're going to coach these kids up right. And part of that is culture. It's passion. It's pride. You know, it's entering each football game with the understanding of what can I do for the University of North Carolina today? Have I given my all for the University of North Carolina? Because in the process of doing that very thing, you yourself will be a better football player. You yourself will be the type of football player that guys at the next level want on their team. So we're going to sell out. We're going to sell out. I want guys that want to sell out. And I think that Monachino and Warren are those type of guys that are going to help me instill that in these football players. And that's what we need. And so, hey, if they're on board, they're on board. I love it. Coach Mack Brown has said that they're staying on, and I'm excited about working with these guys. But there will be a standard. There will be a standard as the defensive coordinator. The simple fact of the matter is that this all rides on my shoulders. All right? And if I don't get this thing done, then the people of North Carolina are going to want me out, and rightfully so. So if I see somewhere where we're having a failure, I'm telling you right now, just being respectful as possible, changes will be made. Because we want to win, and we want to win now, and we want to teach these kids the right way to play football. And half of that is with pride and passion. That's where it all stinking starts. If you don't have pride and passion, if you don't have respect and honor for the university that you're playing for, well, then you know what? Everything's not going to fall in line like it should be. That's where it all starts. So we're going to instill those things. And yeah, like I said, I am excited to work with both of those guys. Monachino's a legend. He's coached some of the greatest players, in NFL history on the defensive line. So absolutely excited to work with those guys. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Can North Carolina defense be great?
Yeah, they can be great. Go back and watch the 90s. And then you ask me that again. Can they be great? Yes, absolutely, ma'am. They can be great. Go back and watch the 90s. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So what's with the 90s throwback jersey for your press conference?
This is the standard right here. All right? Nothing less. All right? Go back and watch that 90s defense. That is the standard. We will hit my stinking defensive linemen. They will be bunker busters. They're going to cause all kinds of havoc. My linebackers, they are going to be absolute heat-seeking missiles. And my safeties and corners, it's going to be a no-fly zone. This is like a military operation, if you will. My guys are going to be flying around just like they were in the 90s. That is the standard. And that's why I came out here in this 90s throwback, because I want everybody to know that what you saw back there, that's what we're striving for every single day. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Any last things that you want to say to the Carolina fans who are questioning your hire?
Yeah, I'll tell you one more thing. I'll tell you what I want to say to Tar Heel Nation. I'll tell you what I want to say to Tar Heel Nation right now. Buckle up, baby, because we're going to be flying around. We'll holla at you.